Hello, Stampers. It's Deb Naylor from the Flying Stamper, and I'm here today to go over the virtual option of social stamping, which is kind of strange for virtual since we won't be seeing each other, but this is a replacement for my annual customer appreciation event. I wanted to do things a little differently this year. I want to try to have more social opportunities. And so this really should be called Stamp and Stick because just about everything's done for you. You're just going to do some basic stamping and stick it together. So before we get started, let me tell you each that thank you so much for your business in 2023. I greatly appreciate it. It was a great year for me, both business-wise and personally. I got lots of traveling in and got to do some things that I had on my bucket list, so that's awesome. And I got some business in. I didn't earn the cruise last year, but that's the trip. That's okay. I had other things that I needed to place at a higher priority. So anyway, thank you so much for contributing to part of my community, basically. I love you all, so thank you so much. So I do have some door prizes to give away today, and I just wanted to make sure you guys saw your names as they're going in the little bucket. My little friend Val gave me this cute little planter thing for Christmas. The plants didn't sprout, but I cleaned this out, and it's just adorable for a little drawing bucket. So anyway, all right, so that's what's going on there. So I'm going to set those to the side for a minute and talk to you a little bit about this first project. So this uses the Softly Stippled Designer Series paper, which is one of the paper packs that you can get free with Celebrations rewards with a $50 order. So let's get our stuff out. You're going to need some glue, some scissors, some glue dots, and some dimensionals. And then I also have my Stampin' mat out, my piercing mat. So I don't think I'll need it for this one, but I am going to need it for another project or two. If you're going to use photopolymer stamps, I highly recommend you get one of those. Or if you have this beautiful glass mat, that works really well too. And then I used Pebble Path ink on this. And then my stamp set is Go To Greetings, which is a greeting set that I've been going to a lot lately. So grab any sentiment set that you have. So you can grab that stuff. You can push pause if you want and grab those things. I'm going to just continue on here. So we're going to open this up. When you open it up with all the projects, just be careful. There is a little dot in there, a little pebbled path dot in there, so you want to be careful you don't lose that. Those things do tend to run away, like mine obviously has. There it is. Okay, all right, so this is, like I said, Stamp and Stick, so let's go ahead and do the stamping part. One of the things I like about this glass mat is that I can line things up really well. So about the glass mat, they currently are only available if you join Stampin' Up. So it's an extra little bonus if you join during celebrations. I'm going to make this one a happy birthday. I need a lot of birthday cards. Good way to start the year out. If you were a demonstrator, you were able to order one of these in early December. They only had a limited amount for us to order. So they may bring it back in the future. It might be available for sale, but it is something, if you're interested in joining my team, that you could get for free if you join the team. All right, so let's glue this all down, and you can reach out and contact me if you would like more information about that. All right, and then you could use a little glue dot on this if you wanted to. I don't know what that is, a little something or other, crumb of something, or just a dab of glue, whatever you like. I really like the glue. Oh, I should have grabbed my Take-A-Pick tool too, so that's something else you might want to grab if you haven't done it already. The scissors work pretty good, but your piece is so small that I've got this on. I have to loosen it a little bit with my, there we go. All right, and we'll stick that up right up at the top. Butterfly. And then I just bent the wings in just a smidge. And that's still moving around because it hasn't quite dried. Get down there. All right, now while that's setting up here, I'm going to glue this piece to the card base. And remember, on your liquid glue, you want to go in a little bit. Don't go all the way to the edge, because it does squish out and then it'll run over and be on the card base, and we don't really want to see that, do we? Or no, maybe you do. All right, and don't worry about that hole. That's where the butterfly came from, but we are going to cover that. So this is going to go right there. I'm going to go ahead and put the dimensionals on the card because the butterfly is still a little moving a little bit because it hasn't quite dried. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes here. Okay, and that's all there is to that one. It's pretty sweet, pretty simple. Great way to use up that beautiful DSP. You may have gotten a different color because there was this kind of orangey wheat pebble path color, and then there was a blue Lost Lagoon. So you may have gotten a blue layer. I know one person in this group loves Lost Lagoon, Lori. And so I made sure that you got that one. Okay, hey, let's do a door prize. So I've got these beautiful iridescent rhinestone basic jewels to give away. Let's see who is going to win those. And those are going to go to Phoebe. So let me set these to the side. So Phoebe, you'll find those in your kit. Enjoy. All right, one project down, 4 to go. Okay, next up is this beautiful Valentine's Day card, or you could use it for something else if you would like. It's a black and white. The only thing you're going to need is a sentiment and a Memento Tuxedo black pad. I thought this might make a really nice sympathy card too, but it would make any, you can use whatever you want here. So I used the Heartfelt Hellos, which are also in the Celebrations catalog, and they coordinate with the punch, the hexagon punch that's in the mini catalog too. So that's pretty cool. So if you've gotten that hexagon bundle, Heartfelt Hexagon, I believe is what it's called, or you've ordered that punch, this is a great stamp set to use with it. So let me set that over to the side. All right, let's take this apart. Again, be careful. There should be a little gem in here. I'm having problems with my gems this morning. All right, there we go. You get over here and stay there. All right, so let's go ahead. Now there's a liner for the inside, so let's go ahead and put that on. I love black and white cards. They're like so classy and useful over time. Never go out of style. Always on trend. All right, and then this gets glued on top of that. And this embossing folder is also in the new mini catalog. It's called Layered Floral, I believe, 3D. I absolutely love all the texture of it. It's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. All right, and that goes like that. All right, now we've got this piece of ribbon here, and you can either use a glue dot to hold that down or a piece of Scotch tape. I'm going to use a glue dot, although I have to tell you that my favorite is to use Scotch tape, but I failed to bring my Scotch tape to my video table. So there you go. And use glue dots. They work fine, and that's what I used for years and years and years before I discovered that Scotch tape works just as well. Okay. All right. Got that on there. Got that on there. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and get our sentiment stamped on here. And I'm going to use the hello. I have a lot of Valentine's Day cards prepared, so I think I'm probably good on those now. But hello is pretty generic, and then I can put happy birthday or get well or, oops, didn't stamp very well. Or whatever I want on the inside, or nothing, just write somebody a note. There we go, much better. Okay. All right, now this gem, I left yours plain, so you can do whatever you want with it. You can leave it plain, or you can color it. And you can color it either with a Stampin' Blend, if you want, if you have a red one. A regular marker will not work, it'll just wipe off. If you don't have a Stampin' Blend, try a Sharpie. So a red Sharpie would work, or even a black Sharpie, or any color you want to put on here. Those are just some options. Or just leave it plain. I think I'll put that in the middle of the O. That's kind of cute. All right, now a couple more dimensionals. We'll use up this long edge. And then pop that on there. And voila, that one is done. Okay, all the pictures will be on the Facebook page. And they'll also be sent to you if you're attending virtually in a email. So you can refer back to those. Okay, next up is this cute little Valentine's Day card. It's generic enough that you could make it something else if you would like. So let's grab this out. And I use the Bee Builder punch to get those hearts. It looks like that. So it's got the body of the bee, and then these are supposed to be the wings. And this is something else on the bee, I can't remember. But anyway, it works good for, this could be like a conversation bubble. And then it works good for the hearts. So it's pretty useful. So that's where that came from. All right, so on this one, you need to grab a sentiment and a real red pad. Your designer series paper might be a little different than mine. I had to use a variety of patterns, so I think I stuck mostly with these two, but there might be some that have actually from the bee paper. These are from the Adored designer series paper in the Celebrations catalog. I also had to fill in with some bee paper though too from the Bee Suite from the mini catalog. I'm going to grab my Scotch tape because I really want to use that for this ribbon. Okay, so let's start by anchoring the ribbon down. The back of this paper is gorgeous too. It's all foil, different foils, so it's really a pretty paper. It's not just Valentine's Day. The catalogs, while they are beautiful, they just never do our designer series paper justice. I don't think it has anything to do with the photography or the artist or how it's laid out. You just don't, in any catalog, you just don't see how things look live. I mean, even clothing sometimes. I look at something and it doesn't look that great, and then I see somebody else wearing it, and it's like, what? You got that on Amazon? It didn't look like that on Amazon to me, but okay. All right, so I'm getting sidetracked. All right, let's see. Where's our little heart? Do something with that. Oh, yep, still in the envelope. Okay. All right, sentiment. So this is obviously, it could be Valentine's Day. It could be something else. I'm going to make it into something else. So. I'm going to make it into a birthday card. It's a good birthday card to send to somebody that has a birthday in February. My red pad is super juicy. I've got it all ready to go to the social stamping on Sunday. And so I re-inked everything, and now it's like super duper juicy, which is good because it's going to get well used on Sunday at social stamping. So it's all good. All right, we'll put that on there. And then I'm going to put that up there. And maybe on this one, I'll just put them both at the top. We'll see. I'll put it on that card first and see how it flows. Sometimes the placement is just the final detail on something, and you just got to get it perfect. And sometimes you move things around just a smidge, and oh, they make such a big difference. Yeah, I think that belongs at the top because I left lots of space up there. So, okay, stick that there. And that there. All right, and we're done with that one. So this is a mini slimline. Okay. 3 down, 2 to go. Okay, I'm going to put this one up, but you know what? It's time to do a door prize. So this time we have this gorgeous Scenic Garden stamp set. And let's see who's going to win that. And our winner is Susan. Wahoo! Congratulations, Susan. All right, that will also be in the mail with your kit. All right, so this one, you're going to want to grab a sentiment that will fit inside this. Let me grab the stamp set that I used. And then, again, you'll just use your Memento black pad. So you've already got that out probably. And this stamp set is called Filled with Happiness. And it is in the new mini catalog. And I don't think I recall seeing any of you order this yet. So you probably don't have that, but that's okay because you can use your punch out with just some other sentiment. Let me get my kit here. All right, so just grab a sentiment that will fit in the punch out. And then you can also maybe stamp some background if you want to, some, you know, whatever might go with the sentiment. Or you could add, emboss it with one of your embossing folders. That would add a lot of texture to it. So if you don't have this stamp set, those are just a couple of ideas to get out to make this project still turn out really nice. All right, so this ribbon is over here, and then you've got these two little self-adhesive glitter dots. All right, so I'm going to grab the stamp. And this stamp definitely needs the pad. I already know that for a fact. It's big, and the pad just really gives it a lot of extra cushion. So we're going to stamp that right in the middle of this. And then we're going to stamp again on some Very Vanilla and punch it out. So this stamp set coordinates with the Modern Oval Punch. And the Modern Oval Punch, I believe, was in our last mini catalog, although it might be in the annual catalog now that I think about it. There's quite a bit of detail on here, so you do want to ink it up pretty good. And then give it a little pressure. Okay. All right, so we'll set that to the side. We're going to stamp it again. And you guys will have your oval already cut out. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it and punch it, just so you can see what happens with this, because it is a little bit different. Okay, so we're going to stamp it at the end so we can use the as save as much paper as possible. Again, a good inking of it and then a little bit of pressure on top of the mat is helpful. Now you're going to take the punch and you take it inside and you just get the image out. So you are omitting the letters or the words. All right. And then you're going to color the bird in and whatever else you want to color in. I used soft seafoam green, and I believe this is Calypso Coral. Yeah, Calypso Coral markers. So you can use blends if you have those, or colored pencils, or chalks. I mean, there's a lot of coloring mediums out there, so use what you have. I don't like coloring on camera, just in case you wanted to know. It's not as easy as you think. You just try to stay inside the lines. Oh, yay, the garbage man is coming. You guys get to hear the garbage man noise. Sorry about that. My timing is off this week. I normally film this on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I was sick last week, and so I'm running about 3 days behind. And that's okay. Sometimes you just have to stop and take care of yourself. Okay, now I also popped this up on dimensionals to give it a little dimension. And then I also took these little guys and put them on either side. Somehow I got a little black blob on there, so try to kind of cover that. All right, and then here's what I did with the ribbon. I just laid it back like this, turned it over, and taped it. You know how sometimes you just have a little bit of ribbon left on the roll? It's a great way to use up those little ribbon scraps because, I mean, you know, it's too pretty to throw away, but it's not big enough to make a bow or anything out of. So keep that in mind when you run to the end of your roll and see that you just have this little tiny scrap left. That wasn't supposed to go there. Okay. All right. Now, this gets glued in the middle of the card base. Now, the card base, aren't these gorgeous? So these are actually in the mini catalog too, the new one. And if you are attending class next month, you will get to see this card base in the Lost Lagoon version. So this comes as, when you ordered a pack of 20, 10 of the Calypso Coral, and then 10 of the Lost Lagoon, I think it's... So that is just a lovely card. Love it. Not too hard. Okay, all right, let's see. We got one more left. And this is our little treat. So you can give this to your sweetheart, or if you go out for dinner, leave it for your server. Something like that. All right, so this is that Simply Adored or Adorned paper, again from the Celebrations catalog. This yummy little Ghirardelli chocolates. And you're going to go ahead and stamp this. You want to use Real Red or Sweet Sorbet. The ribbon is actually Sweet Sorbet, but either one will work. And I just grabbed a sentiment from a previous paper pumpkin kit because it's just the right size. This one says hugs, kisses, and Valentine's wishes. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is what I did with this guy. I put the little Ghirardelli in, and I kind of folded that up. And then I just kind of creased it with my finger. So I didn't make a great big deal out of this. I didn't score it or anything like that. If you use a dimensional on the back, it'll hold that treat in and it won't drive you crazy. Well, it might drive you crazy still, but it helps. You'll be less crazy. All right, and then I just wrapped, I'm on a roll today. I just wrapped this ribbon around the front and tied it on the side into a little, you can either do a little bow or just a little knot. Let's just do a little knot. Whatever your fingers will allow. Okay, and then you'll need to get your scissors and trim that up. And is that? All right. Okay, and then this is another little heart from the Bee Builder Punch. So what my husband and I like to do is when we go get a coffee at, one of the latte stands, we'll tuck a little dollar in the back and leave it with our barista. Or when we go out to eat, restaurants will stick our tip inside there and just leave that on the table. It's just a little nicety. It doesn't cost much, and I've gotten some really interesting reactions from servers. I actually had one server that followed me out and said, "Hey, was that for me? You left something on the table." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's for you." And it was the money was hidden a little bit more in it, so the server didn't see the tip, and so I think she just thought that I had left something on the table by accident. So she was like, "What? That's for me?" And so anyway, it's pretty fun. Sometimes people just really get a bang out of it, and I get lots of positive feedback on it. Okay, so that is the very last project. There's 5 total, but I do have another door prize. And these are the champagne iridescent dots. They look absolutely gorgeous. And they are also from the mini catalog. So let's see who's going to get those. And those are going to go to Sharon. Congratulations, Sharon. Let me just stick this in here. Okay, so I think I'm done, but I got a couple things I want to talk to you guys about. So let me put this over here. And so I just want to make sure everyone got their mini catalogs. You obviously are all in my customer base or part of my team, so you should have this. And then you should also have your celebrations catalog. So make sure you have those. End of April is when the mini catalog ends, and that's when the annual catalog comes out. So you'll get a copy of that probably towards the end of April, mid-April. And then Celebrations ends the 28th of February. So remember, on Celebrations and the mini catalog, both, these are while supplies last. And so we do tend to sometimes run out of the Celebrations items. I don't see anything out right now, but it's still kind of early, and I haven't seen anything out. Some things are out of stock, though, and they can't be ordered right now out of the mini catalog, so that's a bummer. But okay, so I want to make sure you have those. If you don't, let me know. And then you should have gotten an invitation today to my class for next month, which is going to be called Beautiful Butterflies. And here's one of the cards that we're going to make. So we're going to be doing a clever cut. This is called a fractionated card. We are going to be doing 2 fun folds and some dry embossing and some heat embossing. And none of the butterflies will be unembellished. This one's got glitter on it. So if you didn't get that invitation, please let me know. I'll resend it. I am using a new invitation system. I started testing it last October with a couple other groups. It's called Hobnob. It's a little different. This month I'm actually testing with one group using text instead of email. And so let me know if you didn't get that, or you maybe didn't understand what it was. You put it in the trash or whatever. I did make announcements on my Facebook page and via other mediums, but you may have missed that. All right, if you need any supplies or anything, you know how to get hold of me, right? debnaylor.stampinup.net, or you can text me or call me at my cell, or you can email me, or you can Facebook message me. All right, you guys, have a really great day. Have fun with your kits. I plan to mail them tomorrow, Friday, the 26th. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late this month. I normally like to have them in the mail by Wednesday, but it is what it is, and I'll get it out as soon as I can. And open it right away because there might be a surprise inside. All right, have fun with it. Thanks, guys. Take care. See you some of you next month.